Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. My name is Nisrina Nabi Habib Saudi with the matrix number of BA24110535, currently studying social science in geography under the Faculty of Social Science and Humanity in University Malaysia Sabah. Today, I want to share with you guys my story. It's not the usual kind of success story. It's a story of falling, breaking, and struggling, but most importantly, a story of getting back up. This is my real academic journey, a journey that taught me lessons I would never have learned from just getting perfect scores. A journey that taught me that failure is not the end, but sometimes the beginning of something better. Let's rewind the clock to my primary school years. Back then, life was beautiful. I was always the top student. The one teachers praise, the one classmates invite. I worked very hard and the results showed. Every test, every exams during that time, I was at the top. When UPSR came, I scored 5 A's. It was everything I wanted. My parents were proud. My teachers were also proud of me. Even I myself was proud. In my mind, I saw a bright, smooth future ahead of me. I thought if I just keep doing what I have been doing, success will always come to me. With my UPSR results, I was accepted into Sekolah Menengah Sains, which is a fully residential school, an SBP. I was so excited. I imagined it as a place of full opportunities, a place to shine even brighter. But little did I know, this would become the place where I would face some of the hardest challenges in my life. When I first stepped into that school, I was surrounded by other top scorers. Every single student there was once the best in their own primary school. Suddenly, I was not special anymore. Everyone was smart, everyone was talented, and I felt very small during that time. Slowly, my confidence started to shake. The classes were much harder, the competition was intense, and I started to struggle with myself. My biggest enemy turned out to be mathematics, a subject that I had never really struggled with before. But now, no matter how much I tried, no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't keep up. Test after test, exam after exams, I started failing mathematics. It became a pattern. My name, which used to always be on the honor roll, now appeared in the bottom 10 of list of exams results. Every time results were announced, I felt like hiding from everyone, from the reality, the shame, the embarrassment, the fear of disappointing my parents. It all built up inside me. My self-esteem took a huge hit. I started questioning myself. Am I really smart? Was my success before just luck? What's wrong with me? In 2019, when PT3 finally came, I tried my best. But when the results were released, it was another huge blow. I only managed to get 4 A's, 3 B's, and 2 C's. I still remember holding my results slip in my hands, trying to hold back my tears. It felt like all the hopes I carried since primary school had been crushed. My friends were celebrating their straight A's result while I was standing there alone, feeling like I didn't belong to anyone. After PT3, I made the difficult decision, which was to leave the boarding school and move to a public high school. It wasn't easy to start over in a new environment, but I hope it would help me escape the shadow of my past failures. At first, things were slightly better, but emotionally, I was still carrying the weight of my past. Every small mistake reminded me of my failures. I was constantly haunted by the fear of falling behind again and again. And then, just as I was trying to rebuild myself in a new environment, COVID-19 happened. The pandemic changed everything. Schools were closed. We were suddenly forced to adapt to online learning. At first, I thought, maybe this is my chance. I can study at my own pace now. But slowly, I lost my motivation. Sitting in front of a screen every day felt so empty. There were no teachers physically guiding me, no classmates to study with, no structure. I started falling behind in my studies. I spent most of my days scrolling on my phone, watching videos, avoiding my responsibility, avoiding the reality. What made it worse was the isolation. Being stuck at home with my own thoughts, watching my friends progressing while I felt like I was wasting my time. It slowly pushed me into a Great Depression stage. There were days when I couldn't even get out of bed. Days when I felt like giving up completely. I started to doubt whether I even deserve a second chance anymore. And then, when SPM finally came, I knew I wasn't fully prepared. The results reflected that. I only managed to get 4 A's, 3 B's, and 2 C's. I tried to be strong, but deep down, I was extremely disappointed in myself. It felt like I had let everyone down, my parents, my teacher, and most of all, myself. At that point, many of my friends moved on. Some went to matriculation, some went to foundation programs, some even got into private universities taking diploma programs. And here I was, still feeling lost, unsure what to do next. Then I made a decision that many people around me questioned. I chose STPM instead. People told me STPM is so hard. You might regret it, but something inside me said, this is your chance. This is your moment to redeem yourself. Do not give up on yourself. Do it now. And so I started my STPM journey. It was tough. The syllabus was challenging. The expectations were getting even more higher. But for the first time in a long while, I felt determined. I wanted to prove that I could overcome my failures and bringing up myself again. During the first semester, I worked very hard than I ever had before. When the results came out, I got 3.33. It wasn't perfect, but it was a progress. It was a reminder to myself that my efforts were paying off. Second semester came, I struggled again, and my GPA dropped to 2.98. I didn't allow myself to fall into the dark hole again. I took it as a lesson. I told myself, you are not failing, you are still fighting. Finally, last semester arrived. This was my final chance. I gave it everything I had. I studied late into the night. I revised until my brain felt like I couldn't take it anymore. And when the final STPM results were released, I saw it. I managed to get a 3.92 CGPA, and that moment, I cried, not because of the high score itself, but because I have finally proved to myself that failure doesn't define who I am. I proved to myself falling down does not mean you cannot rise again. Standing here today, what I can say in full honesty, I am grateful for my failures, because without them, I wouldn't be who am I today. My journey taught me resilience. It taught me humility. It taught me that success is not always about getting everything perfect, but about having the strength to get back up every time you fall. To anyone who is listening to my story today, I want you to remember this. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. Everyone falls at some point. Everyone feels lost sometimes. But what matters is what you do after you fall. Do you stay down or do you rise up again? I used to define myself by my grades. I thought that as long as I got a perfect scores, I was worthy. But now I understand that your worth goes far beyond numbers on a piece of paper. Your worth lies in your effort, your persistence, and your determination to keep moving forward, and when everything feels like it's falling apart. I don't know what your struggles are today. Maybe you are also dealing with academic challenge like me. Maybe you are fighting your own battles. But if you remember anything from my story, remember this. You are stronger than your failures. You are bigger than your mistakes. You still have time, you still have hope. And you are capable of achieving great things if you just don't give up. That's all from me. Thank you. And may all of us continue grow every challenge we face. Thank you.